Class, are you done with your ending to the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's listen to some endings. How about Jayan's group? Jayan, can you read your group's work?
The man and the tiger both knew that the snake couldn't hear well. They tried to explain to the snake what happened, but it couldn't understand them. So Mr. Anderson asked the tiger to get in the cage. As soon as the tiger was in the cage, the man hurriedly locked the door and the tiger couldn't get out. The man ran as fast as he could, laughing. He was able to outsmart the tiger.
Very good, Jayan. Your group made a very interesting ending. Now, how about Jeff's group? Jeff, how did your story end?
This is how our story ended. Mr. Anderson was able to trick the tiger. When he asked the tiger to get inside the cage, he immediately locked the door. He was so happy with his victory that he jumped with joy, accidentally stepping on the snake. The snake immediately bit him. He ran as fast as he could, but the venom easily spread out in his body, and he did not reach the hospital alive. When the zookeeper arrived, he was surprised to see the tiger and the snake in one cage. He quickly led the tiger in his own cage.
Very interesting. So nobody proved to be smarter than between the two. Okay, I'm glad you came up with very, very interesting endings. I'm so happy.
The students were smart, weren't they? They came up with very interesting endings. This lesson gave a chance to develop their listening skills with the use of TQLR and sectional approach. But this time, the text was divided not only into 3 sections. How many times did the teacher pause after the title analysis? Yes, 4 times. Well, you see, the sectional approach is an approach which divides the text into parts or sections. It is also very useful in helping our students develop their skills of predicting. As the teacher read aloud the story and made several pauses and then asked questions, she encouraged them to make predictions. Did you also observe that they also paused and discussed to find out if the students' predictions were confirmed or disconfirmed? This also allows the teacher to check if the students understand the story. A lesson like this will also reveal the students' knowledge of the world they live in. The very last activity calls for giving an ending to the story. The teacher's task, therefore, is to encourage the students to give varied endings. If the story has its own ending, the class can compare their endings with the original. Just remember that if the student's prediction does not jive with the original one, it does not mean that it is not a good prediction. Students should be encouraged to be more creative. So far, we've taken up 2 teaching approaches in developing analytical listening skills: the TQLR technique and the sectional approach. We said that analytical listening can be best developed through the TQLR approach because the listeners can easily establish relationships in a given text. We said that the letters in TQLR stand for meanings. T stands for tuning in to the text. Q stands for questions asked. L stands for listening to the text. And R stands for responding to the questions. We also learned about the sectional approach, which can develop analytical listening skills. In the sectional approach, we would recall that the teacher divided the text into 3 parts: the situation, the problem, and the solutions. Don't go away. We'll be right back. I hope you've enjoyed our episode today on developing analytical listening skills in the classroom using the TQLR and the sectional approach. Next week, we'll focus on developing evaluative listening skills in the classroom. So, tune in again for another interesting episode on teaching listening. Well, this is all for now. I am May Fernandez Legaspi saying goodbye and happy teaching!